We're here today to honour the memory of Willie Walker, who died in the great railway disaster of Armagh in 1889. As you can see, he was only 13 years and 1 month, and how important that 1 month would have been to him and to his parents. I have a poem here written by Thomas Hardy, which I'm going to say for Willie on this, the 131st anniversary of his death. We kissed at the barrier, and passing through, he left me. Moment by moment, got smaller and smaller, until, to my view, he was but a spot.
This is a gravestone of Isabella and Beth McFarlane, and I'm just thinking how difficult it must have been for their parents to walk away the day they put them into the ground here. I'm thinking of another poem by Thomas Hardy. Here is the ancient floor, foot-worn, hollow and thin. There's the ancient door where the dead feet walked in. She sat here in her chair staring into the fire. He who played stood there, bowing higher and higher. Childlike I danced in a dream, blessings emblazoned that day. Yet we were walking away. Our birth is but a sleep and forgetting. The soul that rises with us, our life star, hath elsewhere its setting, and cometh from afar. Those are the words of A.E. Russell, and I'm saying them here today on his parents' grave in St. Mark's graveyard, Armagh, about 100 yards from where myself and Anne live. I'm just a time to reflect, and I'm thinking of something that Seamus Heaney wrote in a book called Room to Rhyme. But you experience these deaths like the railway disasters, but it takes time and a great deal of memory before you can get to that stage where you can write about it. This is a very unique spot here because we have most of the victims of that terrible disaster, 88 people who died, buried here, but you also have the parents of A.E. Russell. So here we are 131 years after the Armagh Railway disaster. The biggest railway disaster still in Europe at least. It used to be the biggest disaster in the world. 88 people died, and it must have been a horrific day when these people were laid to rest. This is the grave of the Russell parents of A. Russell. I'm just going to say a wee bit, I'll read a bit out of Seamus Heaney's book, Room to Rhyme. And he says, in fact, one of the reasons why poetry gets written in the first place is to import certain memories and meaning that was missing at the time when the events actually occurred. For a poet, an event that happened will often not reveal its significance until it's happened upon a second time in memory, until its import has been captured by being written down, and the whole thing has thereby been made important. And he says that's one of the reasons, he says, why I love Thomas Hardy's poem. So for A. Russell and for the victims of the railway disasters, I'll just say Hardy's poem called Sight on Seeing. Here is the ancient floor, foot-worn, hollow and thin. There is the ancient door where the dead feet walked in. She sat here in her chair staring into the fire. He who played stood there bowing higher and higher. Childlike I danced in a dream. Blessings emblazoned that day. Everything glowed with a gleam, yet we were walking away.